How in the world did Travis Kelce get this wide open? Let's go inside the film room. Welcome back to RGR Football. I'm Ryan. This is me going rogue on the Kansas City Chiefs. And right now, the height of the NFL as they get ready for Super Bowl 55. We are about to take a look at what I think is probably the most blatant play that they have to go over, and that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to have to provide some kind of answer to when they meet the Chiefs down there in Tampa for Super Bowl 55. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you like and sub and hit the bell notification now so you know what comes next, because we will have all kinds of game planning, film review, player in-depth looks as we get ready for the culmination of the NFL season down in Tampa with the Super Bowl. There's a lot to like here, and we're going to take a look at this particular film, but I want to know exactly what Travis thought.
Well, there's actually a pretty familiar route concept for a lot of people in the red zone. You can get a lot of people mixed up in the play action and the wash of what's really going on in the backfield. And then you put me and Tyreek, one in the back of the end zone, one in the front of the end zone, and hope that one of us can win our matchups, thinking that it's a man coverage. And sure enough, everybody forgot about me, so I was just wide open. I'll tell you what, though, man, it's always just a little bit awkward when Pat puts it up like that, man, because you're open, but you don't know how open you are. So it's just waiting for that thing to come down. Felt like it took forever. Now,
hearing Travis Kelce's explanation, it's one thing. Seeing it is a whole other thing, because there are a lot of moving parts. And again, this is partially about choice, and it comes down to what the Bills decided to do in making that choice. You never know exactly what the mindset is on any given play, but you can get an idea from the way that they line up, and we'll take a pause here and take a look at it. What this play is that pretty tight formation. You have nearly a stack out here with Pringle in front of Hardman, and you have Kelce on the far side with Tyreek, and that's something to keep an eye on, because as the play rolls forward, they end up doing something very, very similar, as Travis Kelce explains, that really the goal is to have a layered effect in a crossing route in what is a red zone rep. And this is something that they've done with some regularity throughout the season. And I've even seen them do it in the past, although not as regularly. And as they get lined up, they're going to get a look that tells them, hey, right now they're in man. The ball is just getting snapped here, but what they've seen is the crank down from the defender that was over Hardman, and now he's going to be inside the blitz here, and you see that the safeties are shifting. One's pointing all the way back over, because you have to keep an eye on where the motion is going. The motion is drawing the defense. You see the safeties, you see the edge come down, and as they come down, you can count what the pass rush is here. And this is red zone with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defenders. Now, this was a rep that, again, when you take a look back at it, you have 4 pass catchers here. So not only are you saying it's red zone, we're not going to just let you pass into open zones here where we try to cover all the ground and we don't give you pass rush. They've actually gone the opposite direction. This is not just a 5-man blitz or adding an extra man, maybe even sending 6. This is full out. This is a decision made on the part of the Buffalo Bills to come after Patrick Mahomes, and it's ill-timed. Not to mention the fact that you don't have enough to cover what is a team that can move laterally as good as any, but you're really making your decision here to play in what is in effect has to be man coverage, because you have 4-on-4 in your defensive backfield. That's a recipe for disaster, and I think this actually played exactly into the hands of what the Chiefs wanted to do. And you see as the play comes off, there's motion. The safeties are rotating back as Hardman draws across. And you can see Tyreek is already right off the go taking an inside over route here that's going to kind of thread the needle between the safeties. And Travis is showing a little bit of pause here, a little bit of a delay route. But again, all the flow here from the guys that are in coverage is away from the direction that the two primary the two elite pass catchers are going. That's what throws this off, because there's so much dedicated to the pressure here. And with the motion especially, and then the route combination on the backside with Pringle that brings the focus away from where Tyreek is going to go and then Kelce is going to go. It's just about positioning. And as you see it roll forward, the safety realizes a bit too late that, he's not just running for the post. He's not trying to maybe run a cornerback out to the outside up there. And while you're up here in man, and you've got a man situation here, and you've got the other high safety trying to come down, he's actually trying to make a switch here and allow this receiver to go off. And the 23 safety is hopefully going to pick him up in 21's eyes. What ends up happening is a stumble that's exactly what allows Tyreek to get all completely loose, because that was my question when this play happened live, is how in the world do you let Tyreek Hill, of all people, be completely uncovered? Well, now upon looking at the 22, you see that it's because of this stumble. But in the meantime, this safety has not carried with Travis Kelce. He has passed Tyreek off and is there alone in no man's land as Pringle's bringing the backside corner with him. And that is exactly how Travis just cuts across all by his lonesome. Now, this is the key. The miscommunication in the 4 high is what allows this play to happen. Because if this is truly man, this guy should have come down as Travis rolled out. And if it's zone, he should have passed off like he did. Now, this outside corner is taking the farthest man out here. It wasn't a straight man come over with the far side defender. And that's a switch, and that's perfectly fine. It's this safety routine, the call, the lack of communication. That's something that you have to try to get done against the Tampa Bay Bucs as well, because again, that communication means that there's 2 guys now on Byron Pringle. There's no one on Travis Kelce. And that's where the ridiculousness comes into play, because on the backside, this safety has fallen down and Tyreek is just as wide open. And you see that it's just a little flip of the ball and Travis is walking in, and what you see is there's literally no one on this hash forward. They are literally the 2 most elite pass catchers in the NFL are standing literally by themselves. That is inexcusable, for one, if you're a Buffalo fan, but something that you want to try to replicate if you're a Chiefs fan. So if we go back to it, how do you set this up? You get the motion and you bring them in. Now, this obviously was a look that as soon as Hardman's coming, Patrick's watching this defender and he sees that he's coming down, crunching down to the end of the line, which tells him what he's going to have right there, because that defender does not continue down there if he's not going to try to put pressure. Clearly, this is a defense that wanted to be aggressive. That's something that they have in common with the Tampa Bay Bucs, and I think that especially with Todd Bowles back down into the red zone, this is a similar thing that you could see. Now, Todd Bowles has improved lately, and we'll talk about that next week, about what he's seen in playing more cover 2 and playing back for the most part. And this is 2 high safety, but it's the man aspect. It's choosing to defend these 4 pass catchers with only 4. And as it starts, you see Wiz takes a hard step to the inside. They are looking, because of the alignment, towards the inside, and you have a little bit of peek here on Edmonds, the linebacker. The initial look is with Travis staying in on that delay as though he's going to block. You have the fake to Darrell Williams, who goes in and assumes basically replacing Travis Kelce in his pass block position. They realize that because of the delay, he is going to shed that, but that allows you to then replace him with Darrell. And that's exactly what happens. Darrell widens and takes that. And what you end up with is a defender that's come through because it was an overload. At the end of the day, there's 5 blockers for 7 attackers, and you just can't get them all blocked up. It's about the timing. And the fact that no one has bothered to come with Travis Kelce here makes it super easy. Even if this corner's staying off, this ball can come out and get to him and at least get a gain. But because of the structure on the backside, Darrell picking up this blitz right here, that's what makes this play. And it makes it able to deliver the ball without having to put Patrick in much jeopardy as it rolls forward. He barely gets tapped. The ball floats over nice and gentle. But again, this all flows off of what we saw pre-snap with the motion, with the fake, and then refilling this protection piece. Patrick could have stepped up here a little bit too as we roll it forward right here, but it's closing. This is a guy with some good speed, and at the end of the day, that's exactly what you're going to see from the Tampa Bay Bucs. So the question becomes is, do you want to run this same concept? The mesh cross kind of concept is important because the slant comes under, the motion takes everyone one direction, and you get them leaning. So even if you don't have that safety fall down, you still have Tyreek running a deep overall on the backside of the end zone, and that is something that they can win with all day long. Most likely in Tampa Bay, with the speed of their linebackers, you're going to see them be able to attack the route of Travis. He'll have to do a little bit better job selling it here, and maybe he goes and actually give somebody a jab here in a faux pass rush or pass protection in an effort to try and really sell that fake, because if this is Devin White, if he's not being blitzed, he's waiting here, just waiting for Travis himself. And you can see, because of the keys, Edmonds is gone. If this is Devin White against the Bucs, he's likely holding on for this. The key is Travis can dink and duck him and either get in front of or behind him, and it's got to be the change of direction thing. So it's going to be about selling that initial fake for Travis Kelce. But this is a play that they can go back to, and I actually think that they will. So sometimes there's plays that are just too good that you have to try them out, even if you think they've been covered and they've been scouted by the opposition and they know that it's coming or that it could come. They'll vary the formation, I'm sure, a little bit. Maybe this ends up being a little bit more split out. It's a longer motion or something like that. There are a number of intricacies that they can go to, but if you like this one, I think you're going to see it again. And if you like this channel, make sure that you like and sub and hit the bell notification, because we have more coming for you. Hope you guys are ready for it. The Super Bowl is inching closer, and I'm pretty excited about it. So make sure you hit those. Thanks for watching today, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more, and subscribe to RGR Football.